What's going on, child? It's your most favorite diabetic YouTuber in the whole entire world, back with another video. Not today or actual for y'all, but of course this one's a little bit different. Now this one's only a little different because sadly it's being reported that Band Game Boom has been taken out, if you get what I mean, at a funeral. Now it's being reported or something, around that way, that there was like 126 alleged shots popped off, and it just all sounds crazy and low-key just really sad. Now, I really don't know too much about any of this, so I'm very curious to know what is actually going on. What do we actually know? And yeah, like, is the internet doing its thing, or are we having some self-snitching? Like, what is actually happening here? Now, of course, RIP to him. Not here to promote the violence or anything like that, of course, but yeah, I'd prefer it be all peace and love in this whole world. But with that said, it also, is all love, no hate. Now, of course, typically I would make my jokes be brutally, not be, I am. Typically, sorry, learned disability kicking in like a mother trucker this day. But anyways, typically I would be an arsehole. Typically I would make my jokes, but really I don't think I'm going to do that too much in this video. But I will be brutally honest. But if it's hate, beef, or anything crazy like that, I should have admitted. Now, one more time, it is all love, no hate. And also, shout out 1090Jake / in a sentence for a video we are reacting to. Good God, that took forever. It took all of the God Almighty out of me to get those words to even word. And I still can't even word. Word. Alright, child, no more stations. Let's get into the video now.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on a Detroit rapper that was killed after 129 shots were let off at a funeral.
Police are trying to find the people responsible for a shooting that took place at a funeral gathering.
Neighbors describe the scene as like the Wild West.
It was multiple people that were armed, and so it was members in the crowd shooting back and members from the vehicle.
You gotta protect yourself, damn it. I don't know.
This is really, really dangerous.
Go Pistons.
To have, a Wild West shootout in a residential neighborhood. And here it is, my property's hit, my neighbor's properties are hit. Thank God there's been no other tragedy, any other loss of life.
Police recovered 129 shell casings at that scene.
August 18, 2025. Just before 8 p.m., the Detroit Police Department location of a repass following a funeral. Witnesses reported a burgundy Chrysler 300 drove by the repass, examining who all was in the crowd before opening fire with rifles. 2 women were shot, 1 man was killed, and 129 shell casings will be recovered by police. The amount of firepower going off by a playground was a clear indication that someone wanted someone else dead. Investigators located 3 main areas with shell casings and believed this wasn't just a targeted attack, but a full-blown gunfight as members of the funeral shot back. Because of the large amount of casings left, it's believed some even used machine guns. 5 homes on that block were struck by gunfire. The 2 women that were shot were in their late 20s, and the man that was killed was identified as 26-year-old Daniel Avery, a father of 5. But in the streets of Detroit, he was known as the rapper Band Gang Boom. Band Gang is a group of rappers from the west side of Detroit. They've been making noise in the Detroit music scene since as far back as 2014, originating with 6 members: Biggs, Javar, AJ, Lonnie, Meso, and Will.
I ain't gonna cap the low-key, I thought they were from the Bay Area at first,
short for the Takeover.
when I first heard them.
TTO warred with a rival gang known as TNO, Trust No One. Smaller and younger gangs would form under the older generation of TTO and TNO members. With the newer generations inheriting old beef, new murders began taking place, and Band Gang was guilty by association. 2020 was by far the hardest year for Band Gang. In September, 25-year-old AJ, who also went by the name Jizzle P, was gunned down sitting in a Chrysler 300 outside of his mom's house.
R.I.P.
A witness would report his mom screaming at the scene. 3 months later, Paid Will was shot and killed after a so-called domestic dispute. It's alleged he stashed money at his girlfriend's house. An associate or family member of hers found it and stole it. It's alleged Will found out, put hands on the person that stole it in their house, and was shot and killed by the homeowner.
Damn.
In May of 2021, Lonnie was shot in the head, hand, mouth, and wrist in Las Vegas, but luckily he survived. As the original members began falling off with the music, band gang Boom, who went by the name The Godfather, was able to step into the spotlight as an up-and-coming member. Boom was no angel in the city though, and when news spread that he died, a series of posts of dead people would lead many to believe Boom was responsible for their deaths.
Allegedly.
One man specifically was Freaky from TMC, aka Too Much Cash. Freaky was killed in a triple shooting in June of 2019, his two friends surviving the attack. It's alleged Boom was the one who killed him, but apparently this had nothing to do with Boom getting shot, and it's believed Boom wasn't even the target. See, Boom was attending the funeral of 22-year-old Dion Davis, who was more commonly known as 5'6". 5'6" was rumored to have been killing a lot, and he was even indicted by the feds in 2021. He got on Instagram Live taunting his ops with a switch. 5 days later, agents recovered the gun off him, stating he drew attention to himself after being involved in several shootings on Detroit's east side. The feds also established 5'6" was a member of the 700 gang. A troubled youth, 5'6" was only 17 when he and another teen were being chased by police after a string of robberies, and their getaway vehicle would crash into another, instantly killing a mother of three.
Damn.
Those 3 kids and dog were inside of the car at the time. 5'6" was killed on August 6th. His car fired into by another vehicle, causing him to crash and run on foot before collapsing. It's alleged that 5'6"'s funeral was shot up by his ops, and while Boom and the 2 females who were shot weren't direct targets, they knew what came with attending a killer's funeral. And they weren't the only ones in attendance. Another rapper named Lil Mello from 700 was there. The day after the funeral, Mello would be shot in the face and chest on the freeway, but luckily survived.
Damn.
An Instagram page by the name of Detroit Hits would recover the surveillance footage of 5'6" being killed, as well as the footage of Mello in the hospital room. Detroit has always maintained a bloody reputation, and hearing 129 shots went off at a funeral is enough to get anyone's attention. Rest in peace to the many victims of Detroit streets. Now, the second year of a funeral getting shot up, the first thing that comes to mind is Wooski in Chicago.
Alright. I'm be real with you. Yeah, obviously I'm not on the street level or anything. I'm civilian, you know, obviously, and I don't know how that lifestyle fully works. You know, I can't really, okay, so basically I can't necessarily speak on it, but basically what I want to say is I would love it to be all peace, all love everywhere in the world, especially in Detroit. I'm not from Detroit. I'm a huge Pistons fan. Detroit's not too far. I travel there a lot, you know, low key. I love it out there. It's beautiful. The energy's, you know, lovely. And yeah, like I don't know. I know like stuff goes down everywhere though. Like that's my mindset. But in general, you know, I don't know. It's pretty sad. Like a funeral, you feel like things should be off limits. I understand you gotta do what you gotta do. Like, I'm not here to judge or any of that, of course. But when it comes to, like, you know, like, children, grandmas, mothers, kids, like, just innocent people, you know? Like, I feel like you should not necessarily just go willy-nilly. But at the same time, I guess I can't really speak on it too much because I don't live that lifestyle. But at the same time, hearing that they, you know, protected themselves after they hurt, you know, while they were getting, you know, whatever. I don't think anybody, like, I know they're not saying they're going to get charged for protecting themselves for having the weapon, but, like, you know, the hell, you got to protect yourself. Like, I don't know. So if they do, I think that's going to be, you know, like, throwing with charges or something allegedly for protecting themselves. I think that's some straight up bullshit. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But no matter what, I wanted to be all peace and love and RIP, of course. But really, that's all I gotta say about it. And what y'all think of what you got once you see your boy make. God dang, can't speak in the comment section down below. But like I said, that's all I got for y'all. Peace.